September 1, 1939, marks the official start of World War II, a conflict that would become the most devastating in human history. On this day, Nazi Germany invaded Poland, triggering a series of events that would transform the political and social landscape of the 20th century. To fully understand the significance of this day, it is necessary to examine the German strategy, the Polish response, the international repercussions, and how the world received and reacted to this news. This in-depth analysis also considers the military movements and the political and social implications of an event that shook the foundations of modern civilization. The German strategy. The execution of blitzkrieg. Germany's invasion of Poland was orchestrated through a meticulously planned attack known as Fall Weiss, Case White. This plan was a manifestation of the innovative blitzkrieg tactic, or lightning war, which would become the hallmark of early German military operations. Blitzkrieg was not just a tactic, it was a doctrine of warfare that combined speed, surprise, and brute force to dismantle the enemy's ability to resist. The invasion began before dawn, at 4:45 a.m., with the German battleship Schleswig-Holstein bombarding the Polish military base at Westerplatte on the Baltic Sea. This attack marked the first official shots of the war and symbolized the intensity and violence that would characterize the conflict. Concurrently, over 1.5 million German soldiers, supported by about 2,000 tanks and 1,000 aircraft, crossed the Polish border. Fall Weiss divided the German forces into three major army groups. Army Group North, commanded by General Fedor von Bock. This group advanced from East Prussia with the aim of cutting Poland in half from the north. The strategy involved splitting the Polish forces into two, preventing any effective coordination between military divisions in the north and south of the country. The main objective was to advance rapidly, capturing strategic cities and transportation hubs to disorganize and paralyze Polish resistance. Army Group Center. Under the command of General Gerd von Rundstedt, Army Group Center aimed to advance through central Poland towards Warsaw, the capital. This force, consisting of highly mobile panzer divisions and mechanized infantry units, was the core of the blitzkrieg. By attacking swiftly and forcefully, this group sought to quickly capture the Polish capital and destroy the central command and logistical infrastructure of the Polish forces. Army Group South. Led by General Wilhelm List, this group attacked from Silesia and Slovakia, with the goal of advancing north and east towards Krakow and Lublin. The strategy of Army Group South was to capture the industrial region of southern Poland and destroy any organized resistance attempting to consolidate in that area. The Luftwaffe, the German Air Force under Hermann Göring, played a crucial role in the blitzkrieg. Through intensive bombing, the Luftwaffe targeted not only military objectives but also cities and civilian infrastructure. The aim was clear: to sow chaos, demoralize the population, and destroy any capacity for organized resistance. The city of Wylan was one of the first to feel the impact of this attack, being almost entirely destroyed in an air raid that resulted in significant civilian casualties. The Polish resistance. A desperate struggle. Although Poland was aware of a possible invasion, it was unprepared for the speed and ferocity of the German blitzkrieg. The Polish armed forces, numbering around 1 million soldiers, attempted to defend their borders and launch counterattacks. However, the Polish military doctrine, based on trench warfare similar to World War I, was poorly equipped to deal with the rapid movements of the German panzer forces. The Polish garrison at Westerplatte, surrounded by German forces and under continuous bombardment, became a symbol of resistance. For 7 days, approximately 200 Polish soldiers heroically withstood forces vastly superior in numbers and equipment. This act of courage inspired other points of resistance in Poland, but in the grand scheme of the blitzkrieg, it was unable to significantly alter the course of the invasion. Polish communications and coordination were quickly disorganized. Isolated from one another and lacking effective central leadership, Polish units were easily subdued by the coordinated tactics of the Germans. The rapid fall of key cities like Krakow and Poznan demonstrated the effectiveness of the German plan and the Polish inability to resist the invading force. The Polish resistance, while heroic, was disorganized and overwhelmed by the technological and tactical superiority of the German forces. International repercussions. The world on alert. News of the invasion of Poland spread rapidly across the globe, causing shock and outrage. In the United Kingdom and France, governments were compelled to act due to their mutual defense pacts with Poland. On the morning of September 1st, London's BBC began broadcasting with the announcement that Germany had attacked Poland. Newspapers around the world echoed the event. The New York Times headlined, "War in Europe, Germany attacks Poland," while Le Monde in France reported unprecedented aggression. At the United Nations, still in its early years, the call for peace and diplomacy was loud but ineffective. The League of Nations Council, the precursor to the UN, convened an emergency session, but the deliberations proved futile, with Germany and the Soviet Union determined to adhere to their actions according to the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. The United Kingdom and France issued ultimatums to Germany, demanding the immediate withdrawal of German troops from Polish territory. These ultimatums, which Hitler ignored, led to the declaration of war against Germany on September 3, 1939. However, this declaration was largely symbolic at that moment. The British and French armed forces, although mobilized, were not prepared to launch an immediate offensive on the Western Front. Press reactions and public opinion. The invasion of Poland was widely covered by the international press. In Germany, state-controlled media propagated the narrative that the invasion was a necessary defensive action, falsely claiming that Poland had committed acts of aggression against Germany. In contrast, in Poland, newspapers called for resistance and patriotism, but many of these outlets were quickly silenced by the German occupation. In the United Kingdom, the Times published editorials vehemently condemning the German aggression, calling the invasion the final step in a series of treaty violations that culminated in the greatest betrayal of the century. In the United States, although still officially neutral, there was a growing perception that the war in Europe might eventually pull America into the conflict, especially after the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact revealed an unexpected collaboration between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. Political and military impacts. The immediate impact of the invasion was the rapid disintegration of Polish resistance. Outnumbered and technologically outmatched, Polish forces began to collapse. The invasion also had profound political implications. It solidified the Anglo-French alliance against Germany, marking the beginning of the war on the Western Front, which, though initially limited, would become a total theater of war in the following years. For Germany, the invasion was a demonstration of its military capability and the effectiveness of blitzkrieg. However, it was also a prelude to a prolonged war on multiple fronts, something Hitler had not fully anticipated. The expectation of a quick victory in Poland, followed by an accommodation with the United Kingdom and France, quickly dissolved as it became clear that the Allies were determined to resist. For the Soviet Union, September 1st marked the beginning of an expansionist policy in Eastern Europe, as agreed in the secret protocol of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. On September 17, 1939, Soviet forces would invade eastern Poland, completing the division of the country as agreed with Germany. Conclusion. September 1st, 1939, was a day that changed the course of modern history. The German invasion of Poland not only marked the beginning of World War II, but also demonstrated Hitler's willingness to use aggressive military force to achieve his expansionist goals. The international response, although swift, was insufficient to halt the German advance, and the world plunged into a conflict that would become global, affecting millions of lives and shaping the 20th century in profound and lasting ways. This day serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of peace and the ongoing need for vigilance, diplomacy, and military preparedness to prevent such aggressions from occurring again. As we reflect on the events of September 1, 1939, we should remember the lessons learned and the lives lost in this monumental conflict.